Hello everyone, I'm Ken Aucoin, Richland County's emergency planner and chief meteorologist. I work with the emergency services for the county, and I had some thoughts about Hurricane Matthew, the big hurricane category 2 that hit Hilton Head, and very unfortunate to see all the damage from that storm. This was one of the different type of storms in that it was one of the fastest growing storms within a 24-hour period. I believe there were only 2 others that formed as quickly as this one did in a 24-hour period, becoming a Category 5 hurricane. Also looking back over history, the track was very similar to Hazel back in 1954. Plus, to see a storm of this size and intensity during the month of October, when typically you get some cooler air and storms don't tend to quite be as large or as intense as Matthew. This is definitely going down in history books. In fact, Hurricane Center has already retired the name Matthew, so there will never be another Hurricane Matthew, thankfully, but damage is done nonetheless. This storm had a lot of parallels to Hurricane Floyd, except that it was much closer to the coast, hence a lot more damage. Back in 1999, Hurricane Floyd took a track through the Bahamas and then recurved off the South Carolina coast, but it was far enough offshore where it didn't do the tremendous damage that Matthew did. Matthew tended to hug the coast right up from Florida through Georgia and into South Carolina, coming very close to Hilton Head. And because Matthew was such a large storm and an expansive wind field, we had tropical storm force winds here in central South Carolina. And down in Hilton Head, peak winds were up to 88 miles per hour, and I'm sure there were higher gusts than that. And that in itself would definitely produce quite a bit of damage. That, in addition to the 12 inches of rainfall, and that was just a disaster for a lot of South Carolina, especially areas east of I-95. Richland County, we had about 6 inches of rainfall, winds gusting over 40. It was far worse right along the coast, as you know, down in Hilton Head and along the coastal areas. But Matthew's gone now. It's done its damage. Hilton Head, much like Richland County from a year ago when we had our devastating floods, we'll go through a big learning curve. Nothing's ever easy. It takes a long time to recover from major disasters, which Matthew was and which the flood was a year ago for Richland County. And it takes time, it takes patience, but things do get better, as we have seen here a year later.